So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments so I know you were here. So today, let's talk about how to worry less about the opinions of others. You know, do you spend time worrying about what other people are thinking, about what their opinions are? Do you feel like maybe a little inhibited because you're concerned about what they might think of you or what they might think about what you're doing? Well, you're definitely not alone. Absolutely not. Nearly everyone is worried to some degree about how they appear to other people. It's really common. None of us want to look stupid. We don't, we worry. We don't want to look silly. We don't want to look like we don't know what we're doing, right? I am really guilty of that. I've overcome it for the most part, but I spent years working on that, because I don't know, as a kid I was picked on, but hey, just because it's common, just because everybody feels that way doesn't mean it's kind of silly to feel that way, right? So worrying about other people, about their opinions, first off, it's not even important, but second off, it greatly detracts from your life and your happiness. And really, you want to be happy. There's really no way to impress everyone. You just can't, right? People are going to like you or they're not based on who you are, who your essence of who you are. And so no matter what it is, there's always going to be someone that's against whatever it is you're doing. So the only logical thing is just to do your own thing and just allow everyone else to think what they want. Don't let that interfere with you, right? Don't let that get in the way of what you're doing. So here's some ideas to help you live your life on your terms. So recognize that most people care less than you think. As much as we worry about the opinions of others, it's hard to believe most people simply don't care, but the truth is they don't. We imagine others are laughing at us and talking behind our backs. And, maybe that was true back in high school and even elementary school, but we're an adult now. And the point is, the truth is, everybody is so concerned about themselves that they're not hardly ever thinking of you. Here's an example to help you understand this. So if you take a group picture with a big group and then you get that picture, who's the first person you look for? It's you, right? We all do that. We look for ourselves in the picture. I don't know, that's just because that's who we are. That's what we think about. But the fact is, no one really cares, so you're free to do what you want and mess up as much as you need in order to be successful. And those that do care, they're small people, pretty much. If you find someone that's walking around being negative and calling people out or laughing at somebody, you know what? They're small people. They have a problem already. That's their problem, not yours. And those are the people you don't want to be around anyway. So seriously, just don't worry about it. Here's another strategy. Keep your eyes on your own life. So when you're not judging other people, you worry less about them judging you. So stay in your own lane and allow others to live their lives as they choose. Don't judge people because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their reasons are for doing what they're doing. And just like they don't know what you're going through and they don't know what the reasons are why you're doing what you're doing. So stay in your own lane. Don't worry about them. Keep your eyes on your own life. I really strongly believe this. This is just, I get myself in trouble because I call people out for this sometimes. In some of the Avon Facebook groups, when you get a bunch of women together sometimes. But anyway, in some of the Avon Facebook groups, someone will start attacking someone and say, oh, everyone needs to send an email to the Avon office of the president and tell them that this person is doing something that's against the rules. And I don't half the time don't even know who they're talking about, and it doesn't matter, but I'll go in there and I'll go, if you spent this much time working on your own business, you'd be highly successful. Why are you worried about what someone else is doing? And then they start attacking me. So I have to learn to stay out of that. But I just really feel strongly about that. Don't worry about what they're doing, and you just concentrate on you and what you're doing. That's what you want. That's what you're all about, is for you to be happy, right? So, and here's another one. Become an expert at mindfulness. So mindfulness is maintaining awareness of your surroundings and what's currently happening to you right at this moment. That means you're not thinking about the past or the future, or you're not daydreaming. Your attention is on exactly this moment and what's happening right now. And that can be really powerful. And then here's one: surround yourself with supportive people. When you have people that support you, you're less worried about those that don't. So be selective of the people that you allow into your life. And then number 5, remember that your life is short and getting shorter every day. So think about how fast the last 5 years have passed. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm 61 and I don't know where that went. I don't know what happened. I mean, I was 50 yesterday. So, the time flies back faster. The older you get, the time flies faster. So there's not enough time to be worried about the opinions of others. There's just no time to waste. Concentrate on you. So remember, it's the unique part of you that are the most valuable. You wouldn't pay to watch a stranger walk or breathe, or why not? Because it's a common sight, right? Everybody does that. Everyone can walk and everyone breathes, but it's the unique part of you that makes you special. It's the unique part of you that makes you valuable to the world. And so it's that unique part of you that people are either going to like or not like. They're either going to be attracted to you or they're not. And if they're not, who cares? There's enough people that are attracted to you, to your essence, to your being, that you're going to have plenty of people in your life and around you. You don't need them. So, when you think about you can't worry about the opinions of others, especially if they're not the ones that are attracted to you, especially if they're, hey, Colt, hi, good to see you. Thank you. But you just can't worry about it, right? Because those valuable parts that are the most important parts about you, that's what people are attracted to, and they don't know. I mean, it's like subconscious anyway. It's this attraction thing is subconscious, and they don't know what your valuable parts are, so let it go. So anyway, here's another one. Keep your plans to yourself. So you don't need to broadcast your big plans to everyone you know, because you're going to catch grief and negative opinions, and you don't necessarily need those, right? You won't care what anybody. If you don't want to care about what anyone else thinks, so keep it to yourself. I mean, if you want to broadcast it, it's totally okay. You can broadcast your successes if you like, but just keep in mind that if you do, you're going to get some negative comments, and so you're just going to have to accept that, right? Know that if the more you put yourself out there, the more that you're going to have that's going to come back to you. And here's kind of, this is something I found. I was kind of researching what to say today, but try doing something that others won't approve of, that you know that they won't approve of. Just do a little test. Try something that you know they won't approve of and see what happens. So what exactly are you worried about? What do you think will happen? Find out for certain. So do an experiment, right? So do something you know will generate some negative opinions. Wear a truly awful shirt. Let your hair grow 4 inches too high. Put a stripe in your hair. And then sit back and see what happens, because you are going to get people that are going to judge you for it, right? And notice that you can handle it. You seriously can. You can handle anything, and show yourself that you've been worrying over nothing because you did something that people didn't approve of, and they voiced their negativity, and you survived, and so you were worrying about nothing. So, I have a friend in California. I haven't talked to him in years, so I don't know if he's even still around, but his name's Dennis, and he lives in Central California. And he used to be, back before we had Facebook, we had bulletin boards. Before, the internet wasn't even really there. We had these bulletin boards like text chat, and that was it with other Avon reps. And this is going back a ways, but he was a really close friend of mine on this chat, and he was a top seller of Avon. He was probably my age where I am now. It was probably 15, 20 years ago. But so he was probably in his 60s. But all the younger girls would say, "What if people laugh at me? What if they laugh at me?" Because we talk to our reps about, get out there, pass out a brochure, ask somebody if they're interested in selling Avon, and everybody's afraid of this. We're all afraid of what other people are going to think of us, right? So these girls would say to him, "Well, what if they laugh at me?" And his response was always, "I laugh all the way to the bank. My bank laughed when I bought a $150,000 motorhome with big fancy motorhome with my Avon earnings." So you know what? Let them laugh. Let them laugh. You're doing you, right? You do you. You do what works for you. You live your life in a way that works for you. And that's all that matters. So, hey, start living your life now without being concerned about opinions of others. Don't worry about what they think. It can be a hard habit to break. I have worked on it for years. I'm actually pretty good at it now. I still have my days, but you can do it. You seriously can do this. So just let it go. Quit worrying about what other people think of you and live your life. right? So, hey, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? I mean, when you find yourself worrying about what other people are thinking, what do you do? How do you get yourself to let that go, or what kind of methods do you use to get yourself to stop worrying about it? So, share with me in the comments below. I would love to hear them. And Colt, thank you for being here today. It was great to see you on Saturday. It was an awesome event. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.